Alright guys, welcome to another video. So I've just seen the recent news regarding the future roadmap for Battlefield 6 and what exactly that means in regards to Season 3 going forward, and essentially all of the content in there regarding the new maps and the return of naval warfare. Now I'm sure you've already seen the reactions coming out of all of these prominent YouTubers. Again, it's all fake hype. They're designed to boost morale, get you pumped, excited, hyped for this coming season. That's what they're designed to do. Essentially just bend over for DICE at this point. I'm sick of that. And what we're going to do here is actually take a look at this roadmap and this recent announcement about this update in closer detail, because it's not all sunshine and rainbows. And that's what we do here on this channel. We lift up the hood and we take a look at all the problems effectively. So that being said, the rest of this season in April has been severely underwhelming. You're talking about the return of operations mode from BF1, except we got no behemoths. Nothing truly new to the sandbox. It's essentially just two maps glued together. So you got Hagental base, the interior spaces of Contaminated. Okay, this is exactly what I told you was what you were getting during the beginning of the season. This is the level of substitution that you get with Battlefield 6. Okay, so you're getting two maps connected together, and that's all they've done as operations mode. That's simply pathetic. Okay, and going forward, so it has been confirmed for Season 3 of May, we get the railway to Goldmud. Okay, I've been fairly critical of this map. We've taken a deep analysis of this map and found it wasn't exactly a true remake. They made some significant changes. They've added tons of cover, vertical structures on the map, and they've completely just fucked the map, in my personal opinion. No idea what they're doing. They've also shrunk the map, so it's not exactly to scale. I was fairly critical of the terrain, but that does seem to be coming back, so they get some browning points for that. But in terms of the rest of the map, there is just such significant changes that alter the way the map plays, the way the map feels. Drastic changes which just make it feel more condensed overall. Now, it does appear that they've taken inspiration from Grand Bazaar from BF3. Again, we did take a look at this in one of my previous videos. It's now called Cairo Bazaar. Okay, so it does seem that they've taken inspiration from that map heavily. And again, it's just another returning map from the past and another heavy infantry focused map. So to kick off Season 3 right there, we've got two remakes again. Okay, I've been fairly critical in the past about DICE constantly remaking maps like this. There is no innovation here. Okay, this is absolute laziness. I have no idea why they keep remaking maps, but it's a sure sign that you're creatively tapped out. Okay, and this is supposed to be the successor to BF4, and except this game is just borrowing heavily from the past, constantly in every fucking update. There's just no innovation. Okay, that's a massive problem with this game. It does appear that they've also adding in some additional modes. BR Solos is returning. What was a limited time event is now returning as a core mode in the game. BR ranked play and leaderboards, new weapons, modes, and more. Now again, people are more interested in the maps coming into the game, and of course we don't want to see limited time modes. I have no idea why they're wasting time and resources on that filler bullshit content. Okay, we don't want that. That being said, BR Solos was a fairly decent experience. I really enjoyed it, but again, nothing really special. Now going into Season 4 in July is when they're planning to introduce naval combat into the game. Now, I've been fairly critical of naval combat, the lack of naval combat in BF6. That was one of the most glaring issues to me since launch. Okay, and I honestly believe I was the first person to talk about this one issue, the lack of naval combat in this game. There are no attack boats. There is no breathing room big enough for attack boats to neatly fit into the game. It's a complete joke. Again, I was really heavy on that in some of our previous videos. I should have made a video exclusively dedicated to the lack of naval-focused vehicles in this game. That is my fault. So I should have headlined that rather than making these big, really detailed videos. And that's neatly tucked into it, but that's a future lesson right there. So it does appear that they're bringing back Wake Island, another returning map from BF3. Again, it's just remakes at this point. I'm not too sure what Seru Reef actually is, but it does appear to have some carriers on there, which is really interesting. That being said, the footage does appear to show at first glance, rib boats. And you look at that and you're thinking, well, that's not exactly naval combat, is it? So I was, the first time seeing this, very skeptical that they were just going to throw in rib boats and call that naval. It doesn't appear that they are reintroducing attack boats into the game, because you can see them modeling an attack boat here. So that does appear to be coming into the game. That being said, it is, in my opinion, a bit too late. You're talking about Season 4 coming in July, and you've kickstarted this new content from Season 3 with more returning maps, and one of which is another infantry-focused map. And again, looking back at the past, 98% of this game is CQC bullshit, and we're tired of it. Again, the game desperately needs large-scale maps. And finally, we've got another map coming in Season 5. We're not too sure exactly what that is exactly yet, but we're going to get into that. But right now, for the moment, I do briefly want to take a look at this trailer.
As the struggle between NATO and Pax Armada unfolds on battlefield servers around the world, we wanted to take a moment to share our vision for the future of Battlefield 6 and RedSec directly with you. We're here to lay out where the year ahead takes us, from maps and modes to features that we know you've been asking for. But first, we wanted to thank you for all of the feedback and your passion for Battlefield.
Okay, this is something I need to touch on, because it's really the nerve of these people. They come out looking so fucking smug with these reveals, like they've just hit the nail, like they have something finally. It's like, come on, this should have been in the game technically on day one. You're talking about Battlefield 4, which came out over a decade ago at this point, and it delivered. It had all of this in the game at launch, and it's just embarrassing.
Watching you play Season 2's Contaminated and Haggental base highlights the amazing ingenuity and creative ways our community plays in our Battlefield sandbox.
Yeah, that's all fluff talk. Season 2 was an absolute joke, okay? Again, to conclude the season, they've just stitched 2 of those maps together, which weren't even 2 maps, and you're talking about pieces of the map split each month. Haggental base was literally just the interior spaces of Contaminated. I've said that from day. People disagreed with me in the comments, and I'm like, okay, where are those people now? Okay, it's literally, that's what you got. Okay, the level of substitution is crazy. Okay, and apparently they're taking notes from that shit. They've learned from that experience. Like, what did you learn?
But today is about looking ahead at what you can expect from Battlefield 6 and RedSec during the rest of 2026.
Season 3 arrives this May, and listen, we've heard your feedback about the kind of map experience you want in Battlefield loud and clear.
Wow, we've heard your map feedback. It's like crazy bullshit talking points right now. Listen, the game needs large-scale maps. That's the only thing you need to deliver into the damn game, okay? When we say we need large-scale maps, that doesn't mean go back and remake fucking old maps which no one asked for. Despite the fact that they are large maps and the game needs it, it's like no one wanted Goldmud. Who the fuck asked for Grand Bazaar? Oh, God, man.
And that is why Season 3 opens with our reimagining of a classic Battlefield 4 map, Railway to Goldmud, which will be the biggest map in Battlefield 6 yet.
Yeah, it's absolutely pathetic. Goldmud, you're talking about being the biggest map in the game yet, and we're over 6 months post-launch. Okay, that right there is a clear example that you haven't delivered the substantial scale that this game should have built on at launch, okay? Again, it's a remake. Again, we're talking about 4 studios, 5 studios during development time, $400 million budget, over 100 people in each studio. How did you not provide the scale or the quality at launch? How the hell did we get a bare bones game at launch? Why are we so excited about a fucking remake?
Nearly 4 times the size of Mirak Valley. Set within Tajikistan after the events of the campaign, this fan favorite has been optimized to match Battlefield 6's visual quality and gameplay.
Again, I did a heavy, deep analysis on this map remake from judging by what we've seen from the leaks already, and it looks terrible what they've done on certain areas of the map. Vertical structures, again, do not need to be on this map. They've made changes which were completely elementary. It was like a fucking 5-year-old fucked with this map, and you've made some really damning changes.
This means we're introducing new cover, larger aerial spaces, and more opportunities for strategic play when it comes to close quarter combat and long range engagement. We've already begun testing Goldmud in labs. from sightlines to vehicle balance to time to kill to cover and more.
Alright, you need to scrap labs, okay? I'm sick and tired of hearing about these people, okay? I'm not sure what these people do in labs, okay? But none of the feedback is working there, okay? It just seems to be a network and they're all tone deaf.
We already have a lot of feedback to get the map ready for Season 3's launch next month. And we can't wait for you to get your hands on Battlefield 6's biggest map yet. And later in the season, another legendary map arrives. Cairo Bazaar, our updated take on Battlefield 3's Grand Bazaar. This map is a post-bounding experience with fierce firefights in tight alleyways and buildings designed for deadly ambushes that highlight our signature destruction.
Okay, again, we did take a deep dive into Battlefield 3's Grand Bazaar. A very fun map back in the day. Now again, if we look at the wider context, BF6 has a hefty handful of CQC close quarters maps. Okay, again, 98% of this game is CQC infantry focused maps. Why are we introducing that again? Okay, it makes no flipping sense. They keep ramming this shit down our fucking throats. This is not Battlefield, okay? You literally just gave us a meat grinder map. Okay, it's like tone deafery. It's just on another level with these idiots. Grand Bazaar's a fun map. I'm not saying it's terrible. Will it neatly translate into this game? I'm not too sure. This map is inspired by Grand Bazaar. It's not a one-to-one remake. And again, they just seem to keep remaking fucking maps like Contaminated, inspired by fucking Mount Grappa, a remake of Firestorm, remake of fucking Goldmud, remake of Propaganda, remake of fucking Grand Bazaar. My goodness.
As part of Season 3, we'll be introducing Battle Royale solos as an official mode as well as the beginning of our ranked play experience. We're incredibly excited to bring ranked play first to Battle Royale quads in RedSec.
Yeah, LTM modes, they need to go, okay? They have no business being in this AAA flagship title. Please scrap that, okay? Essentially what you just did there was release this demo out to the public. Again, what exactly are the labs testers doing? Are they not there to provide you with the feedback to build this damn game? Why are you releasing LTM modes for the general public, the community, to test so you can acquire your feedback? This is a waste of time. Okay, just release the damn mode.
We're looking forward to getting your feedback and building this experience with you in and out of Battlefield Labs.
Why do you want my feedback? You have the lab testers right there. What the fuck is this place?
Ranked Play's debut in Season 3 sets the stage for this thrilling competitive experience that will not only evolve in future seasons, but expand to other modes, including Battlefield 6 multiplayer, as we build new ways to showcase your skills in Battlefield.
In July, Season 4 will arrive. And with it, we'll now have land, air, and sea battles. That's right, naval warfare is coming to...
That's alright, the naval warfare, they're coming back to Battlefield 6. Listen, this should have been in the game day one, okay? I've been saying this from day, okay? Go back and watch my content. I was the first person to say this game is severely lacking naval warfare, okay? That right there would have brought back a massive portion of this audience if you had delivered that just months after release, okay? No brainer. These people are talking about naval warfare as if some fucking crown jewel returning to the game. It should have been in the game at launch. This is the thing about live service games. I've seen this exactly with Halo. The content that should have been in the game at launch is all subdivided and split and spread out across all of these seasons and sold to you as real content. All of that shit should have been in the game day one. There's no excuses. Again, premium model was giving you tons more high quality, rich content. What you're getting now is just substitutional bullshit, remakes, LTM modes, and content that should have been in the game day one.
As you take the fight to the Pacific, you'll experience a new naval-focused map called Seru Reef, even larger than Goldmud, with gigantic air and sea spaces that will begin testing in labs soon.
Okay, so he just said they will begin testing in labs soon. I'm not exactly sure what they're showing us now. This is all great news, okay? But unfortunately, it is coming in very late. You're talking about in July. That's a really long time to wait for this content. And you're not talking about releasing all this content in one go. It's coming out split between months. So it's all disconnected content. And again, I was fairly critical of this game's water physics before. I'm assuming this all means they're going to fix the water physics in the game, because previously you couldn't do that. You couldn't dive underwater, and the whole thing just looked really alpha, really unfinished and broken. Okay, so I'm assuming they've gone back and fixed that, reworked it, which is all great to see. They have addressed the scale question. There's tons more sight lines, there's wide open space, there's tons of breathing room. Okay, that's all refreshing. I really do enjoy that. I really enjoy the sense of scale here. It does appear that, looking back at some of the footage there, that this content is being made in like the SDK files. Okay, I had a suspicion that was like this from the get-go. They just provided the community with the tools to build the game, essentially. Yeah, that really did look strange there. Seru Reef, apparently larger than Goldmud. It's really telling when you're releasing maps which are supposed to be on the same scale as maps from previous titles. And then, of course, they're all bigger than what you actually provide on day one in the game. That's incredibly silly. Again, it's like the amount we have with this development team. Like, you're talking, again, $400 million budget, 4 to 5 studios developing the game, over 100 plus developers in each studio. Okay, the output is just undeniably pathetic. That does not, all I'm seeing is a 52% prioritization of women in this company. I'm sorry, that needs to go, because ultimately there is a massive overbloat in these development teams. Okay, culture just isn't the same. There's obviously a disconnect within the teams making this game. You've got way too many people in there. We need to start seeing more layoffs, okay? You cannot continue to navigate this franchise forward under this system, because they're not delivering the content or enough content to support this flagship title, okay? This is all great to see. Like I said, these maps, none of it's coming on time, and it all should have been in the game day one, okay? That's not me being a dickhead. That's just what BF4 set the standard for. Okay, that's the standard going forward. If you can't meet that standard, there's something really wrong. Instead, they're giving us really minuscule content at the moment, and it's all drip feed. It's like it's spread out between months. It's crazy.
And that's not all for Season 4. We also have the return to Wake Island, one of the most celebrated maps in the series history.
All right, so they did show off a site plan there. There does seem to be some real interesting scale issues right there. Yeah, looking at the map right there, it did appear to look smaller, really gated off with some boundaries there. I don't think that's, yeah, that would be crazy if that was the actual map's boundaries, because there is no space to move around the map. I don't think that's legit. That could just be just the alpha phase.
Aircraft carriers with operational flight decks, new naval-based vehicles.
Yeah, so again, this was a really interesting feature right here. They're showing you that they've modeled some of the attack boats coming into the game. So that's all very interesting stuff. Again, should have been in the game day one, okay? And now it's coming in. It's really late. Again, there's just no excuses. The amount of time and resources, the amount of support that built this game, the output just does not match. This is them doing their homework really late, and it's absolutely shocking.
A dynamic wave system that makes ocean combat even more intense.
Okay, so he said something about dynamic waves coming into the game, and that was, again, a core feature of BF4's dynamic element system right there. Why, again, was this not in the game at launch? It's crazy, but I haven't heard anything about dynamic weather, okay? That was another core feature of BF4. You have ample opportunity here to implement that into the game, okay? We had sandstorms, rainstorms, tsunamis to tornadoes tearing through maps in previous Battlefield titles, okay? If you're talking about one large open terrain with no dynamic elements on the map, and it's just a static environment, okay? It's great that you have boats on there now with the breathing room, with the wide open oceans. That's all great. The carriers, that's all great, okay? But again, there is another element that you're missing to the map, and that's dynamic elements. There's a lack in fidelity compared to previous games.
And of course, naval-based challenges with exclusive rewards. We'll begin testing Season 4's new maps in Battlefield Labs soon. Can't wait to hear what you think.
Since launch, we've heard of several features you'd like to see in Battlefield 6 and RedSec. We plan on bringing these to you this year, alongside a sea of ongoing quality of life updates and combat improvements to make sure Battlefield rewards your passion for the series. We'll give you more details as we begin testing them in labs to gather your feedback. But today I can confirm a server browser with persistent servers to give you even more options to host and play your preferred experiences, as well as custom pre-game lobbies.
Okay, again, the server browser. Really late coming into this game. It's absolutely embarrassing, guys. There is a server browser in this game currently, but it's just not near enough as competent as it once was in previous games. It was a staple feature in previous games. It just worked. Okay, now it doesn't in this game. It's absolutely silly. It's not coming in Season 3. You're talking about the server browser coming in. It's not even been detailed in the season. It just says priority features coming this year. Proximity chats, platoons, server browser, multiplayer leaderboards. I'm not exactly sure what MP leaderboards is, but server browser getting this attention this late is extremely worrying. Again, this does all seem to hint at the fact that there just doesn't seem to be cohesion. Something's not going right in this development team, okay? And all I can see is this glaring elephant in the room that's just hawking at me from the back of my fucking head, okay? It's the 52% representation of women in this company. That is crazy to me. Why that needed to be stapled on their website. Stamped on their fucking website, and the DEI incentive behind this whole development team, which again I documented. I'm gonna briefly show you that now so you can understand where I'm coming from, because I keep getting these comments in my fucking videos about people telling me, no, that's not the problem. Shut the fuck up. Look at the fucking footage. We've got way too many people in the studio that do not need to be in this studio. That's why you cannot get a full experience day one. Okay, speaking of island, I mean, we all saw Bear Grylls Island. I'm assuming you've seen that by now, where they had men vs the women. Okay, on this island, the men were dominated basically. They had all this food. They were building campfires. They had a smashing time, all right? You look at the women circled through the island fucking 2 to 3 times and almost died of starvation and dehydration. Okay, so imagine taking these two groups, placing them in DICE studios, 4 studios split across different locations. Okay, we've now got 52% representation of women in the company for some reason. That's absolutely crazy to me. Okay, imagine trying to maintain cohesion in this environment. This is absolutely madness. Okay, and this is another thing. We need to start hiring people based off merit, not just based on the principles of we need to diversify the environment. Okay, because you're not going to employ people who are going to support this project. Okay, you're going to get this shit. So yeah, we need to go back to merit-based hiring practices. That doesn't mean you have to exclude people. Okay, you can still hire people based off of a certain race and ethnicity and gender. They just need to be qualified. Instead, we're forcing a certain demographic shift.
Leaderboards to show which players are dominating the world of Battlefield. Spectator mode, so you can sit back and watch your squad in action or cast the action live as it unfolds.
Oh, leaderboard. Oh, Jesus Christ. Spectator mode coming back. Day 1 features in BF4, man. Why is it coming into the game this late? It's absolutely crazy.
The return of platoons, so you and your squad can connect and play together more efficiently. Proximity chat, which gives you even more ways to communicate with your squad, and the ability to eavesdrop on enemies to make tactical power plays.
God, man, this guy is talking about these core principle fucking features, which were day 1 on release in previous titles from over a decade ago, as if they're something new. This is unacceptable. My goodness. Okay, it's great that it's coming into the game, but I cannot forgive the fact that it should have been in the game day 1, under the fact that you had all the time and resources.
We're also dedicated to doing a rework pass on 2 maps, New Sobek and Blackwell Fields, using Battlefield Labs to help raise the quality bar on both based on your feedback.
Using Battlefield Labs, okay, again, I don't know what the fuck you guys do with labs, okay, scrap that shit. You need to rework so many other maps. It's not just those 2, it's the entire fucking roster of maps need to be reworked in this game. Okay, I've already spoken about Manhattan Bridge. That map right there should have been a massive naval assault invasion, okay, from a carrier, and it just simply wasn't done. You look back at the map now, you spawn, it's literally just an infantry focused map. Okay, that's pathetic. You need to go way bigger than that. And I am also planning to rework that map myself, so we'll see how that goes.
And after we've worked with you to evolve rank play in Battle Royale, we'll deliver the Elite and Open series as promised. the pinnacle of competition in Battlefield. Today, I can also confirm that as a holiday surprise, we'll be dropping a third map into Season 5. You'll have to wait to learn about them, but I will say...
What the fuck is wrong with this man's face? There's just something so AI about this. I'm not too sure what's going on with this man's face. Blink, motherfucker, blink!
that the roadmap does offer a hint of where you'll be fighting.
Okay, we're not about to play that game. Okay, you want me to look at a puddle on a concrete road with what looks like a blowtorch and some bullets. This could be anywhere, okay? Any dense urban environment. It could be somewhere in China. It could be fucking New York. It could be anywhere. So yeah, that's not enough.
We have so much amazing content coming across all these.
It could be London. There are so many locations they could go with in this game, but they do seem to be prioritizing remakes, which is why I don't really have much hope for this development team.
Massive maps to bring Battlefield's brand of chaos to life. The return of naval warfare so you can experience land, sea, and air battles.
Yeah, so we just got some footage of what looks like an attack boat. Looking at it through what appears to be a stationary gun, what seemed like to me. Again, all of this content should have been in the game at launch. There's just no excuses, guys. That is going. I might even make that the headline of this video. This should have been in the game at day one. It's just no excuses.
Requested features will launch and continue to build alongside you
like the focus of this was a high-octane mess on day one, and that pushed away your core audience. You dropped the ball because the maps were shit, okay? Because they didn't want to put the fucking effort in. Ultimately, they wanted to build a COD experience and decided, okay, maybe later on we'll put the fucking maps in. Put the effort in, we'll do our homework later once we've shipped the game. But sorry, I'm just not buying this horse shit. Should have been the game day one.
Ranked play and server browser, and the launch of the open and elite competitive series. All of this...
You know, you look at the roadmap right there, and it's not actually real content once again. I mean, it's remakes. Fuck. Goldmud, Grand Bazaar, or something inspired heavily by Grand Bazaar. And then you also have Wake Island, and then Seru Reef, which looks to be a generic island of some form, with an underground cave system. Yeah. Still very interested to see how this all plays out.
Alongside our commitment to continue to evolve and make the core gameplay experience in Battlefield even better. We have a ton of details on weapons, gadgets, and vehicles you will get to master.
Wow, good look at his nose right there. There does seem to be a lot of Israelis or Europeans in this development team. That's really strange.
We even have a few surprises we can't spoil today. I hope this sneak peek of what we have coming in 2026 has you as pumped as everybody working across Battlefield Studios. We're committed to evolving Battlefield. We can't wait to take you on that journey this year and beyond.
Yeah, there's just not enough work going in. I'm sorry, it's like you're committed, but the output just doesn't match what we used to get. I don't think you guys have it. I'm sorry. So yeah, that's going to do it for this video, guys. Again, I'm not too optimistic about the future of this franchise. There is some quality there. They've got some returning features coming back into the game, but that's what it is. It's just remakes coming into this game. There is no true, fresh, rich piece of content coming into this game. It's just remakes. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'll see you in the next one.